back today, and I am joined by PJ. PJ, how are you?
Good. How are you, Nick?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. So, PJ, I know where you are at, but why don't you tell our listeners where you are located in Pennsylvania?
Northwestern corner, close to Erie, basically. I'm in Meadville as we speak, but northwestern PA.
Awesome. So, PJ, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm not that interesting, Nick. I'm a pretty vanilla guy.
I hear that a lot, but it turns out
right.
to not always be true.
Okay. Let's see here. I think I'm in this summer, I believe, will make my 11th year of real estate. I'm part of a brokerage, Agresti Real Estate, that started, I think it was 4 of us in a basement. Now, if I were to guess, I don't know, 110 agents probably.
Nice.
Right. We just recently opened another brokerage in Meadville where I'm at today, and we're trying to build that office as well. It takes time, obviously.
Yeah.
See here. I think I got started as far as I got started. I if I remember correctly, I took money from our wedding. I bought a dumpy apartment and, thought I wanted to be a landlord for the past 10 years. And then, I never wanted to be a real estate agent. I was like, this sucks. This is too much. This is paperwork. I watched my agent. Her name was Melissa at the time, a family friend. And I was like, oh my God, it's a lot of paperwork. I'd never want to be an agent. And I think I was playing around on Craigslist one day. I think I saw an ad for a commercial agent. I was like, oh my God, those guys probably, make a ton of money. They're selling buildings and so on and so forth. Long story short, I met actually my manager in a basement on West 8th Street in Erie. And long story short, you don't just sell commercial, you sell everything. And like I said, a little over, probably going on 11 years now.
Wow. So
Right.
What did you do prior?
I actually worked in a machine shop for about 11 years as well, and overlapped shop and real estate for the first 3 years until I realized, this sucks. No home life, missing kids, so on and so forth.
How'd that work out for you?
Hindsight sucks. I missed a lot. There's a lot I don't remember. All the new agents I bring on now, I tell them don't quit their day job, but at the same time, I get it. I mean, especially if you're the breadwinner, you gotta, money has to come from somewhere, and it's definitely not overnight with real estate. Another thing I think 100% I'm upfront with every new agent about is I tell them, I don't know what you do currently for a living, but I'm sure you might be able to punch out, leave the stuff at work. And with this job, you absolutely can. Whatever else you got going on in this job, sorry, but you're taking it home with you.
Yeah. That's definitely a true statement.
Right.
PJ, talk to me a little bit about what you did with the transfer from working for, that brokerage when you first got in to where you're at now. And what did that look like for you?
Oh, I remember it vividly. So I think my hours at the shop were basically 5 to 4. Those days I would wake up at 3:15. I would hammer out emails and whatever else. I'd wake up at 3:15, hammer out emails, go to work, punch in at 5. We had a 10-minute break every 2 hours, try to do emails, try to get back to people via text. I would leave there. I would go to my mother's house, which was, 10, 15 minutes away, kind of get cleaned up there, and then go from there to showings until probably 8 p.m., go home, eat a cold dinner, try to hang out with kids, stay up till 11 o'clock, and wake up at 3:15 again the next day. So, like I said, did that for 3 years. And
Yeah. So in the 11 years of real estate, how many brokerages have you been with?
One.
So talk to me about, because that's not normal.
Nope.
At least from the guests we've had on, that's not normal. Talk to me about your brokerage, why you chose it, how you chose it, and why it was important to you.
At the time, I honestly probably didn't know.
Okay.
Why I haven't left is I've always been loyal. Going back to the story with the shop, I was loyal there as well. As far as quitting a job and relocating, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do. However, I, for one, definitely was once bitten, twice shy. I left my shop, thought the grass was greener, went to a place where I was just a number. I remember going out on my lunch break, calling my prior boss. I'm like, this is awful. I want to come back. Long story short, I went back. I lasted 4 days at a new job and went back to where I started, and lesson learned, I didn't want to do it again. As far as real estate, there was no reason at the time why I picked my specific brokerage. I didn't know anything. Why I haven't left is honestly, like if it came down to it, I love a small family feel. That's what our brokerage has been since I've started. Like I said, it was 4 of us. We still have that family feeling. Nothing against any other brokerage by any means. I love where I'm at. I don't even know that I've ever considered another brokerage. It's never crossed my mind.
So what would you say to a new agent who's trying to get in the industry? Is one of the most important things that they need to be looking at or asking the brokerages that they are talking to?
Support. I've had more agents come to me asking for support rather than specific pay plans. They want to know, these are transfer agents, not new agents. They want to know that when they have a question, I can help. And I get it. I didn't exactly have that luxury when I started. Like I said, I was very young, very dumb. It was almost like, figure it out. So
I think that's a lot of it right now, though, is, and one thing you'll learn is I'm very blunt. If you haven't, PJ, already, I know we know each other lightly, but not like super heavily. So I'm very blunt. What I say in person is what I say on my podcast here. I'm learning. So when I got into the industry, I got in from the mortgage side of it. And I said, I'm going to fix all their problems. There's no professionalism. There's no this. There's no that. I'm still working.
I didn't know that. Well, and good luck.
Right. Stop lead providers from auctioning off the buyer leads generated from your listings. Meet InstaShow Plus, a premier showing management system built to generate, qualify, and convert buyer leads for you. Agents receive verified leads, and you never meet unqualified or unidentified prospects. Take control of your leads and your safety today. Learn more by emailing us at hello@instashowplus.com. That's hello@instashowplus.com, or call us at 877-877-8030.
Transform your product with DB360 Soft Washing. Say goodbye to dirt, grime, and stains with DB360 Soft Washing, the experts in safe, effective, and exterior cleaning. We specialize in soft washing, roofing, siding, driveways, walkways, decks, fences, commercial and residential. Eco-friendly solutions and insured. Call us today at 717-691-1712 or visit us at db360wash.com. DB360 Soft Washing, clean you can trust.
Need a handyman? Call the Handyman Guy, LLC. For small fixes to major projects, call the Handyman LLC, deliver professional, reliable, affordable services. Our experiences: repairs, painting, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, furniture assembly, and much, much more. Licensed, insured, and definitely quality guaranteed. Call our number, 717-819-5453. Visit us at thathandymanguy.com. The Handyman Guy LLC, your trusted home fix expert. Thank you. Have a great day.
So when you think about it, and you think about what your broker does to what the agent does to what the owner, because sometimes the owner and broker aren't the same, I think that that's a great topic to hit on, is support, because not every company does your broker actually sit in the trenches with you, or do you have that support? So I think that's a really great question to ask when you're interviewing at these companies. I would even add to it when they say, oh yeah, we'll support you, ask, okay, how many support staff do you have? Like, how available are you? Are you selling? Are you competing? Because if you have maybe one manager to 100 plus agents, can that one person actually handle that? So Correct. That's a good question to ask, and take that deep, guys. When you guys are meeting with brokerages, take that deep.
I remember starting, I was under the impression that probably what I was told. I was under the impression that it was, here's your desk, here's your phone, now you're on your own. With our specific brokerage, it wasn't that at all. I thought real estate was cutthroat, whether it's in your office, within your own office or not. And that wasn't the case either. In fact, at our main office, we have 2 very large conference rooms, which they get used fairly, but not as much as, I don't know how to word it here. They get used, yes. But what we did here in our new office is we have a smaller conference room, but on the second floor, we have basically an common agent hangout area, which is great because I remember when I first started, it was a lot of us small group, newer agents bouncing things off each other. And I was like, wow, this is sweet. We're all learning and not necessarily competing. So that was nice. And honestly, we based our new office around that.
So, PJ, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Still selling real estate.
Okay.
I mean, that's another thing I tell new agents all the time. It was very addicting at first. It really was.
There is a high to it.
Of course. I remember getting you get some money here and there. It's like, oh my God, I just paid my dues. Next check comes. The first year sucked. I'll admit that. First year was awful. I don't think it was until year number 3 that I was getting referrals.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, first year was awful. I probably contemplated quitting my first year. Year number 3 was referral year. But I remember, the addiction of, it's like, okay, you got a little money here, pays your dues. You got the next, bonus check, super, and that's going to take the family on vacation. And then after that, of course, when this became full time, it's like, holy crap, got to keep going. You can't stop.
And it's a hustle. I agree. You can't stop. It's constantly chasing the next deal, the next prospect, and then obviously doing what's best for them. It is. When I got in the industry, I was told that you're not selling real estate, you're lead generation. Because you got to figure out where the deals are coming from.
I agree.
Yeah. So, PJ, talk to me about where you would like to see your company go in the next 5 years.
Okay. Company, I would like to continue our growth. Back to where I see myself in 5 years, I'll say, we all have goals. I don't know specifically what my goal is. This year, I am very pleased to say that I was actually accepted to be a member of the leadership PAR class for 2025, 2026.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm pretty pumped about that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like PAR leadership, I admire Mark Kibbe, our District 9 VP, a lot. I bounce a lot of questions off him. I think he's extremely smart. He's extremely articulate. He's on top of it. I admire him a lot. Now, as far as like a district VP, that would be cool. Do I see myself doing that anytime soon? I'm probably not ready for it, and I'll admit that. And I'd like to continue learning before I threw my hat in the ring for that.
Yeah.
As far as the company goes, growth, but manageable growth. I tell new agents a lot that as much as I would love to, hire, so on and so forth, I also want my agents to be well trained, and I want them to understand what they are doing. And, obviously I'm here for support, but at the same time, I want everybody to be comfortable. I remember one guy specifically, he was so detail oriented, very smart guy. And he was to the point where it's like, hey, I'm not generating a lot of leads here, but of course I'd be more than willing to do all your contract work. Well, fantastic. I mean, there's a spot for everybody.
Mm-hmm. There is. We actually talked about that on one of the podcasts of all the different jobs that real estate truly creates that I don't think people realize.
Correct.
Yeah.
I agree
So,
with that as well.
PJ, give us one last good nugget, food for thought for clients when they are looking to hire someone to buy or sell their house. What should they be looking for?
Communication. In one word, communication. I'm trying to think. I don't believe it was a Dorna Carroll. It was, I'm trying to think what speaker I listened to, and I often think about it quite a bit. Might have been Melanie McLean, that no matter who reaches out to them, they kind of have a golden rule for themselves to always respond within 24 hours, no matter what you're doing. And I think about that a lot. I mean, it seems like we all get voicemails that drag on, and we all get texts that drag on. It's like, I can't do that. So I would say communication is key. And from a client's perspective, I think you're going to figure that out real quick, whether your agent's, responsive or not.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good one.
Right.
Well, PJ, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me a little bit today. Definitely, I know it's your first podcast ever, but I think we'll actually get back. Right. We've got a couple good topics coming up that I think you could be good to add some thought to. Good.
I appreciate it. Nick, I was going to say, when will I see? Next month, I'll see you.
Next month? Oh, yes. Yes. At the Hilton for the PAR business meetings.
Correct. And actually, never mind. I'll see you at the beginning of next week if you're going. No? Gotcha.
I was sitting on a beach with a cup of drink that I forgot I loved.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, I guess I'll catch you.
Awesome. Well, it was fun, PJ. Thanks.